Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dire Bear. Welcome to Falskallan Nights. I am your host, the Bard with no name. I got nothing. Let's start with announcements. Leave you on a cliffhanger there. To do that tonight, Steve!
Hey everybody. Thank D&D Beyond for letting this chaos happen. Helping this chaos happen. Yeah. Also, Melody of the Maelstrom. No.
Yes.
It's the other way around. FX Mayberry is another one of our fine sponsors. Feel free to jump into Patreon, see if you want to be a sponsor yourself. You get some interesting stuff. Get the ins and outs of how we work. We got merch. Shirts like this, or the one that JT is wearing. We also have other games during the week. Mondays are, every other Monday is Melody of the Maelstrom. That is with a couple of members from FX May Vary. Not everyone is a bard, but all the players are. Not all the characters are bards, all the players are. I'm on point today. No. Sharp. Whatever. Abomination Alley is on Tuesdays. Sounds like that's a little bit more roleplay heavy with the standard roleplay rules. And we, of course, are weird as many Wednesdays as we can. Did I miss anything? I think that was it.
I think that was it.
I think so.
Be a nerd, buy our merch.
Yep. All I gotta say is, I do not apologize for canceling last week. We had a passing in the family, and I decided to take a week for myself. So in turn, we still kind of just hung out and watched the first season of Ted Lasso, which I still highly recommend.
It's pretty awesome.
So good.
Pretty. It really is.
That's true.
How can it be both whole and some?
Oh wow.
Let's just roll the intro. Let's get ourselves into tonight's episode of Falskallan Nights. Last time on, I was going to say Critical Role. Holy shit. I'm going to have a lot of brain farts today. Let's just be honest. I've been working in the cold all week, and it does wonders to my complexion, but it also just drains me when I get home. So it's going to be a very wonderful night. That being said, last time on Falskallan Nights, these dinguses half of them decided to go with a hunting party to go find a missing hunting party with the other hunting parties.
Wow.
While Howard and Halsterion decided to try and search the Koharan Citadel to find information on the Fate Weaver. With that, Halsterion and Howard, Halsterion felt a pull from the basement of the Citadel. Howard and him investigated and found a orb not too dissimilar from the one that they had encountered in the Velen Rapids. Sorry, Ilbrin Cascade. Halsterion feeling the pull ever so strong, Howard decided wait for the whole crew to get back together. While Yimmer and Beatrice spent time with Prolaw and the other hunters to find the huntresses. They eventually did find them in the middle of a skull of a giant, almost bovine-looking skull. They ended up bringing them home, and that's pretty much when I ended up ending the episode right there. So, it's pretty much in the, yeah, what's, you're in the middle of the White Church section. The huntresses are back. The ones that were injured are now being further tended to. Spleen, you're probably with Fish, maybe. I don't know. What do you think you'd be doing?
Oh God. Let me think. I don't think. Oh boy. We got that that hunting party of the okay. And how are all like how are they doing? I would think I would just be overall curiosity of the other group of the female goblins. And with Fish.
Yeah, so at this point, like, wow. So the huntresses are basically placed down in kind of like medical, like separate tents that are pushed off to the side of the main thoroughfare there. This Fish is ushered out so she can come and inspect them herself. So you see a bunch of other goblins coming in, ones that seem to be more practiced in healing, or at least what you could consider healing, to try and look over the huntresses. They all seem to be well taken care of at this moment. And like the huntresses themselves, there are some with wounds that have been bandaged up, and you notice that it's like Beatrice and Yimmer had a hand in helping staunch the bleeding and any major damage, which could have been deadly if it wasn't dealt with. So Fish starts going over and talking to them. It's all in goblinoid. And it's just general questioning of what happened out there, what did all this, and they're replying back, like, how did I put it? I don't remember. Oh, it's been 84 years.
I know, it's been so long.
Yes.
Hold on, Juju's running to his notes. Hold on. Juju to the rescue.
Yeah, come on. Notes, man.
I think I put it. Hang on.
Like what? We didn't.
They were attacked by see-through people, and their weapons just passed right through the people.
By see-through people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so ghosts. Did you piss off the ghosts? What'd you do?
One of the ladies, similar build to you actually, Spleen. is just very tight and lean musculature over the frame of body. It almost looks like she's almost malnourished, but not to a point to where it could be very dangerous. She walks. She's kind of protecting over her girls, but looks at you and sees Svish there, so she's not going to immediately bite your head right off. Could you repeat what you said, because I forgot?
I said, did you piss off the ghosts? It sounds like you fought ghosts.
Ghosts? What? What are those?
You said it was, well, things that are see-through, where you pass through them.
We tried throwing rocks, we tried throwing sticks. It just, nothing worked.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm asking this, but did you try magic?
Magic? We don't have any magic.
Not a single one of you?
They all look at Svish. Technically, I'm the only one with magic here.
Oh.
Any sort of connection to outerworldly stuff, that's me.
Okay. Well, what do these things look like? Were they? I don't know.
They were tall. Kind of look like him. Points to Howard. They had a lot of drapey clothing on them. It was just
okay. Did they have pointy ears?
Yeah, I said they pointed. They look at him.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Well, you never know. Because sometimes.
What do you mean you never know? You're just coming to start questioning me about all these things. Wait, who are you? When did you come in? Wait, who are they?
We're them.
Them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Turns to Svish. Since when did we bring them in here? And Svish just turns to her. Krola found them. Krola found them and brought them to us.
Yeah. And I turn and I show my mark.
Just said, oh.
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 Yeah,
So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and these guys are they're with me.
What you're with the tall people?
Yeah, I am.
It's
Believe
she kind of offers you off to the side, and she's like, what do you mean you're with them?
I mean, we're them, the hunters of evil and monsters.
No, the tall people. Wait,
oh,
that's your team name?
Yeah, that's our team.
God, that's stupid.
What? Yells. What do you mean that's stupid?
It's stupid.
No, it's not. It's clever and awesome. Because we hunt evil and monsters.
You've been hanging out with the tall people too long.
Yeah, well, that's when I decided that a lot of the small people suck. Except for B. Yimmer, you're fine.
Are you disowning us?
No, I'm not disowning you. I'm disowning the ones that aren't marked.
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20. Cat face. All right.
So wait, that was what?
Natural 20. I got a cat face, don't you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Like a butthole?
Yeah, I didn't get the cat balls and butthole. I got the cat face. Cat balls and butthole is a 1. A cat face is a natural 20.
Nice.
With a +0.
I've been dealing with a lot of stuff all night, so at this point, welcome to the family.
Woo! Just think of them as like those weird, like estranged members of the family that like no one really talks to, but sometimes they show up to the gathering regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, she knows we can hear her, right?
All of this is in Goblinoid. So, the only one who could understand it is you, Howard, but...
You.
And I just turned and say that to Hal, and he's like, what?
That's a bit nerve.
I mean, we can certainly hear it.
If those children could read, they would be insulted. uh, which at that point, Svish just starts talking more to the goblin that was talking to you, Spleen, and just getting more information, and starts generally looking over the others that had been hurt. And so it looks as if things have calmed down a little bit. Krolaw is with his group, with his men, by a fire, just with a piece of meat and a drink in hand.
Oh, was the goblin I was speaking to, was she the leader of that hunting group?
You don't know because you didn't ask.
Hey, are you the leader of this hunting group?
Now!
Oh. What's your name? Kidney.
Pinky toe!
Oh, nice. Really?
No!
Oh.
Who uses body parts as a name? It's so stupid.
You want to fight? You want to start something? First you insult my team name, now you insult my name?
I don't even know your name!
My name is Spleen.
God! It's just... At this point, it's just you two yelling across the camp from each other.
Oh my god. You know what? Now you are Pinky Toe. I don't care what your actual name is. You're Pinky.
Your brain! Wait.
I check my head if I have the circlet on. Not right now, I'm not. You just wait. Oh, you got me worked up.
He got aggravated burps. It's a medical condition.
Yep. Oh my god.
Jeez. Oh my god, you guys. So it's at this point Howard and Halsterion show up.
So if you're done yelling at Pinky,
Were you eavesdropping?
more like within earshot. You guys were yelling at each other.
No, we were stage whispering.
Got it.
All the world is stage.
Speaking of stages, we found a stage for not safe or fun, probably, but we should go to it anyway.
I love that genre.
Spleen, you remember that big ass orb that NC was feeding people to?
What?
The one that Hal emerged from when he disappeared back at with Envy around.
I am so holding back the urge to say his mom. Oh shit, I said it. Yeah, I remember.
God.
Yeah, well, we found another one.
What?
Yeah,
What?
it's right here. Like literally right here, and he points to the Citadel.
That is not a ball.
No, but it's in there.
In there.
Also, that place is creepily similar to Onver Castle.
Well, a lot of castles look like castles.
No. Like to the T. Like, you remember that one brick in
What?
you remember that one brick in
Hold
hallway
up!
A that
You
you
need to
carved?
stop. You know what? Stop
It's
it.
the
Just
one that
stop
looked
it.
like a butt.
Yeah, that one. Well, the
What?
same one, same place is in this Citadel too.
Same butt? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Same butt brick.
What?
Same butt breath.
Same texture and everything.
Man,
It's
Same
creepy.
taste?
if you see it, you'll
I
shit
didn't
bricks.
taste it.
Ah,
That was a
Ooh.
good one.
Well, would you like to shit some bricks?
not today.
Would you like to see it anyway?
Yeah.
So, forewarning, Hal feels a pull to go towards it.
Oh my god.
We were able to
Like I
leave.
should.
But it's probably a good idea to check it the fuck out.
Throw some rocks through. Yeah.
But with everyone this time instead of just Hal by himself.
Yeah, how did you, like, get in it, Hal?
I was pulled in.
Oh, so you didn't have a choice.
No.
So what's the chances of you getting pulled in again? And what's the chances of you coming out again?
Likely and then unlikely.
Yeah, so did y'all think of that at all?
That's why we left.
Mm-hmm.
How close did you get?
Too close.
What does it smell like?
Well, I didn't get close enough to smell it, but it
No.
was still uncomfortably close.
Okay. What about she checks her head again, make sure she's like, does she have the circlet on? You know.
Beatrice has the circlet.
Okay. I'm like, how smart am I gonna be right now? I mean, were there other people there?
No.
Were there dead people there?
No.
Were there things that are not people there?
Not that we saw.
There were books.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
There were books. It did
We-
feel... Hal, you felt like you were being watched, right?
Yeah. Yes, it was. There was definitely something there that didn't quite.
Feel right?
Yes.
Well-
Couldn't quite figure out what it was, but it did feel like we were being examined.
Yeah.
Oh, so this one didn't feel right, but the other one did? The other one felt right?
I didn't feel the other one. We were raiding a war camp.
And you didn't feel anything during the raid on the war camp?
I'm not quite sure what you're asking.
Oh, you're useless! Ugh. Oh, gosh. What?
What are you expecting me to feel?
I don't know. Allergies? Maybe? Or maybe, like, I don't know, something that triggers a memory, or you all of a sudden remember something, or what that lady that speaks to you, that you and I don't know why I want to say like Ratcliffe. That's not his name. um. Yep. You know. Ratcliffe. God damn it! Get out.
Nobody
Die.
help her. Nobody help her. That's B saying that genuinely. Don't help her.
No.
Sound it out.
Ronith.
I'll take it. That's one of
Ron?
the things, sure.
Rathburn.
Yeah,
Ratcliffe.
but yes, the Fate Weaver is the one who pulled me away from the thing that pulled me in, I believe. She is the one who kept me from being, well, I assume, taken by Prom. The
Can we go in it?
You don't want to go in it.
But
don't
like,
we
what
wanna
if
go in
you
it?
go in it? Can we go in it?
What's in it?
I mean, NC was putting people in it, so I imagine we can pass through it too.
It's surely some sort of portal.
Well, so you know, as emergency. That was a big word.
It was, but there's nothing saying it wouldn't be a bigger emergency once we got to the other side of that, whatever's on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm.
But you were on the other side of that.
Well,
And you
not
were fine.
exactly. I was pulled away from the other side of that
Yeah.
by the Fate Weaver.
But where were you then?
Yeah, I don't
I
understand.
think that's something only the Fate Weaver can answer. I was outside of this plane, perhaps? Outside of all planes?
If
I remember my
it's-
running nose stopped that I was having during the fighting, the raid. You said
Oh.
allergies. I figured that was at least something.
if it is Crom, maybe it leads to Skogagard.
Maybe.
Are you suggesting we have Arcalis be a guinea pig?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah. You tell him.
No. He's scary.
Who the fuck is Ronith?
Arcalis.
Oh, okay.
The gray guy.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Is the sort of elvish
right.
nickname. No name was it, I believe? Nameless?
Lost.
Unknown guy.
Lost, that's right. So, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but Howard, I have a very strange and perhaps probing question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Can elves have ghosts?
That's a good question. Do I know anything about elves having ghosts?
Make a history check.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
Like, I'm gonna give you the base knowledge of what you know, but I want to see if you have a better remembrance of higher learned.
That's not too bad. I think I have a +4.
Were you paying attention that day in history class?
Mm-hmm.
30-20.
Nice. So, any creature can have a ghost if the soul of them has been basically disrupted in the mortal plane. So anything of like it's hard to determine what will naturally cause a ghost to appear, but generally, any places of higher magic will produce something along those lines. And there's a lot of scholarly theories on the fact of, well, maybe because of high arcane resonance, it messes with the soul enough to anchor them back to the plane. So as their bodies disintegrate from them, their essence of themselves just weaves into the arcana itself. But that's just a theory. Others are more or less along the lines of, well, when you mess with a god's power, you can sometimes anchor the soul to a certain spot or zone where massive trauma has happened. And so there are ways of exercising them. Or is it exercising?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
If they're possessing something.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are many different ways that a soul will stay locked into one certain spot. Either that or the god that they had worshipped has cursed them to this plane. There's a lot of different reasons of that could happen. But generally, yes, there are basically specters of every type and shape. Deadliness and veracity really depends on age of ghost and whether or not they have the propensity to change.
It does happen here and there. What can you tell me of the area? Anything unnatural? Anything?
Who are you asking this to?
To
Fish?
Spleen, I think. I forget who
Me?
asked me if there are ghosts of elves.
I asked if there was.
Oh. We're really batting 1,000 tonight.
I'm like, what? Me? I just got here.
I can ask the grass.
It depends on a lot of things. There are a lot of causes, but yes, there can be elven ghosts.
This also makes it sound like there is a possibility of snail ghosts. We just have to shoot enough magic into one.
Probably.
Can write that down for later.
Those are called snowsts.
Oh. Yes,
It
okay.
could be like a snail
Nurse.
wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Like an intellectual
snizzard.
snail? A snizzard?
Yeah.
What about like a snail like priest? Do you think snails have
A
priests?
sneezed?
A sneezed?
I thought that was the past tense of a snost.
That's a snest.
Nest.
Yimmer, do you have any mushrooms over there? I need some.
Well, I got tons. I was kind of thinking like if there's a rabbit ghost and a rat ghost, are they both roasts?
Oh.
But like, how do you know which is which?
Which roast is which roast?
Yeah,
Or-
like is it a long-eared
it's a-
roast or?
Or it's a gabbit. You got gabbit.
Get it?
Yeah. And then a rat, you got gat.
Gat?
Gat.
Well, there's more
Yeah.
than one word for ghosts. There's specters, there's spirits, ghouls.
Yeah, like rector.
Sounds like rectum.
I really shouldn't have. Yes.
So
Spectre hardly know her.
Are we going to the orb?
Let's go to the orb.
do we want to do that right now?
I want to do that right now. What do you want to do?
Yeah, what do you wanna do?
I really don't.
Are we bringing Roneth with us, or are we just going on our own? Should we invite your grandpappy?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Your greatest grandfather?
I will write to him to
Katrina?
let him know what we are doing. I say we pose the option, not even a request, just an option to Roneth Arcalis, and if he wishes to at least come with to see it, he can. If my greatest grandfather decides that he, or perhaps even wow, the name Darjeeling came into my head instead of
Katrina.
We got Darjeeling, we got Ratcliffe. we are not. We are.
We're not okay tonight. We're not okay.
Man.
Where did Darjeeling even come from? That's a type of tea, right?
Gesundheit?
I feel like a no cursing will do nothing to us tonight because it's gonna be more like no remembering names or something.
Mm.
Oh my god.
So anyway, Hal's gonna write in his book, just letting Baltras know what's going on, and that we are planning to approach it, possibly with Arcalis. We may be testing with various methods of what can or cannot pass through it. And if Arcalis wants to go through, we certainly won't be able to stop him.
Okay, dear, be back at mine.
Yeah.
That would be more or less what you would get. He basically confirms and acknowledges that what you're going to do. Patrina's going to stay put.
All right.
You.
That's
Gesundheit.
That's you.
Thank you.
Who wants to join me to give the option to Arcalis?
I'll go.
All right.
I guess we should just all stick together. I mean, we're all gonna be heading to the same place, so let's just all go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna stay and drink some beers, but some ale.
Oh,
We'll
Nothing
go.
stopping you from bringing one.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Gosh, what is your intelligence score?
On a scale of 1 to 20, what is your intelligence?
Yeah, what is your smart?
Let's just say it's a very low wisdom stat.
Yeah.
Okay,
To go beers.
I go help bring beer.
We go over to Krovla, who's sitting by the fire, and we go, can we take one of those to go?
Sure thing. Here you go. You lift it up, and it's that same black liquid that you had before.
Oh, spleen, it's the good stuff.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting fucked up. Smart people can do smart people things. We'll sit in the corner. Should we
I
get
wonder
some
if Arcalis would like one.
It would be
How many?
truly a
How many
miracle
can
if it
we
didn't
carry?
change to ash in his mouth.
I mean, worth a try.
Present it to him, see what he wants.
Okay.
I have no ability to read this man.
And you think I do?
I'm assuming you're walking and talking at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
You certainly have gotten along with him, or at least gotten through to him better than I.
I have.
Either of us so far.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right. Send the non-talker to do the talking.
Yeah. Oh god. I'll just do more yelling. Okay.
So you make your way through the white church section into the platinum ward, eventually getting yourselves to the sanctum of the Fate Weaver, heading down into the basement area where Arcalis is, and he's still sitting in the singular spot that Halsterion felt a connection to the Fate Weaver. And subsequently, what Arcalis had said the same thing back. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there. His back is facing the door, and he's just more or less in a meditative stance. But you're not exactly sure what he's doing.
Does this room in any way share similarities with the orb room?
Make a perception check. Or how deep are you searching into this?
General glance first.
Perception.
12.
12? I mean, it's a almost perfectly circular room that has a lot of motifs of light and dark and balance and such.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
I'll step forward and approach him. Sorry to disturb you. We did find what may be a lead, as my connection to the patrons which give me my warlock powers, which may be the Fate Weaver, may be my great-grandfather's patron, which, for all I know, is evil Crom. The point is, something is pulling me towards an orb we found. It appears to be a portal. We were wondering if you wanted to come with us to investigate it. End program.
As you're saying this, his eyes are closed, and you notice that, like, as you're saying it, you see just like little ticks and twitches on his face, just kind of showing that he's listening and paying attention, but he's also focused on something else that he's possibly thinking of. You don't really know. And as soon as you ask about wanting to do something with the investigating it with him, he opens his eyes, and they are you see just like the yellows just like kind of swirling into the reds, but then shifting back into yellow. Looks and just stares right through you. You think this will help?
It's the only lead we have so far.
You will take me to it.
Very well. And just turns on his heel and starts heading out.
He stands up. And he follows suit.
We brought to-go beers. Do you want one?
He doesn't even acknowledge.
I'm gonna go
Never
stand
mind.
in the spot that he was in and measure out the distance to the edge of the room.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just going from center point to basically the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's 100 paces.
I'm gonna make note of. Hey guys, you mind if I take a minute?
Very well. We will wait for you to catch up before we start throwing things into this orb.
Yeah. Don't go in the Citadel without me, please. I shouldn't be that long.
Very well.
Are there I want to say there were symbols across the floor and whatnot, were there not?
Not on the floor, but it was more or less murals on the wall.
That's right. That's right.
It was all murals on the wall, and because this is more like a rotunda place, so like you kind of get the sense that this might actually be a very if there was a underneath part of this, it could be spherical. But it's all murals on the walls, and it's all again paintings or paintings of people with loads of different people that have different strings coming out of them. Half of them are white, and others are dark. And it's all different races, shapes, sizes of people. None seems to be too favored. It's more or less just like that. But the thing about it is none of the faces are shown. It's more or less as soon as it gets to the face, it kind of just does a blank. That's called a bait.
And if I take the sheath of my sword, the scabbard, and knock it on the floor, does it sound hollow at all?
Well, you see the crack in the floor that Ronith had made the last time you guys were all in here.
That's right. Yeah,
the crack in the floor. You check underneath, and it looks like it's like
just solid.
It's just solid.
Seems smaller, but no. I'm just gonna write a couple of notes and rush out to catch up.
Yeah. It's at this point, Juju, you just hear this.
Hey gang, wedding planning is complicated. They told me to send invitations. What's a bachelorette? Shoot, running out of words. Please come wedding. Love, Bryony.
Oh my god! Oh my god. At first I was like, is there an ad playing?
Skip.
Bryony's wedding invitations, when? And I said,
I didn't get Olivia to do a reply to that because I knew that was going to be the next question.
I don't know who's sending this message or how frequently they could do it.
You know who sent it because she literally said her name at the end of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
We are so
baby.
We doing this.
She literally said her name.
Names.
I thought I couldn't tonight. Apparently, you people can't. Momentarily, she shoots back. 5 days?
5?
We're not going to be able to get back in time because we have to walk.
I don't think we can get back. We can't teleport Hal. It's not safe.
Yeah, some of us are actually out doing important stuff.
Oh!
You're not there. Shush.
Who has time for a wedding? Yeah, I'm not here.
He's gonna wait a minute, and if he doesn't get anything back immediately, he's gonna keep going. To catch up with the party.
Yeah. No, like at this point, I'm assuming you guys are, you finally guys you catch up and you're at the base of the citadel, in the base of the fortifications. At that point, you basically kind of just walking straight up, and Arcalis he's just very. It's an expressionless face, but yet there's just an extreme intent in the locations of where he looks. And he sees the citadel. So it's up here.
That's correct. Let's waste no more time and head right in.
So at that point, you guys head in, and you'll be able to retrace your steps because, I mean, both smart guys are there. But heading into what would be the magical antechamber, then into the almost labyrinth-like, the almost labyrinth-like series of halls that are in there, eventually leading yourselves into the room that has the orb in it, and every single one of you sees it, and at that point, Hal, again, you're feeling the pull.
Yeah, we're going in with hands.
But at this point, Roneth is he's just looking at it. What is the importance of this thing?
We don't know.
What we do know is that it is something that the Fate Weaver protected me from, and what it seems might be being used somehow to transport in people or things for Crom. We don't know if this is just a portal that we just don't know what is on the other side. We don't know if it's some sort of cage. But we do know that there was one exactly like it several months ago that the Fate Weaver pulled me out of as my first interaction with her that I remember.
Your only interaction with anything like this is from the Fate Weaver.
Correct. Rather, her making sure I did not get pulled in by whatever was on the other side.
He's looking down at you, just still with the same intensity as he looks at everything else. I wouldn't know if you feel intimidated, but it would just be one of those, like, when you meet a person with just that kind of a stare,
Like Roy
either
Kent.
you just immediately kind of shy away. At least it does for me. It's just like intense eye contact. It's like, no, you don't do that with me. No.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like Roy Kent just staring.
We don't
at
have
you.
that kind of tism around here.
You know, I was like, I can't. Too much eye contact.
Hal is definitely glancing
silence.
back and forth between him and the orb.
Yeah. He looks. Are you going to go in?
I don't know if
I
we
am
should.
certainly feeling pulled toward it. Do you feel any similar pull?
He looks to it. He looks back. I do not know what I feel. But if it's a chance to meet the Fate Weaver. He turns around and he starts walking towards it. Just.
She did tell me the last time she saw me that she may not have the power to pull me back next time. That is why I have not traveled via portal or teleportation in several days. Coming up a couple of weeks now, I believe. I am therefore wary of this type of entity. I cannot guarantee that it is safe. I cannot even guarantee that the Fate Weaver will be able to step in to pull you away from whatever is on the other side.
Or even be there.
I will, however, note that maybe I'm the only one who can see this, but he holds up his book, and I see tethers of light and dark coming from my book towards that portal.
It's at that point when you open up your book, you see the tethers go directly towards it, but the lighter one is vibrant.
This is different than it was before. The light one seems stronger. I think it may be safe to enter. Looks around at everybody else.
I'm willing to take that leap if everyone else is.
Well, let's go.
All right. So, Ron F, being the closer one there, turns around. He sticks his hand. It's as if he tries to not caress it, but he just touches it, and it does that thing like water does. If you just push right on top of it, it doesn't break the surface just yet, and it almost feels like it's like a bubble, and then eventually just engulfs him. This is pure black matter, spherical thing. Oh, that felt good. Yeah, spherical thing that just defies everything that you think of magic and the laws of physics. He just steps up and he steps right through. He disappears.
Well, I've got Hal's hand in one hand. I'm going to reach out for someone else's hand with the other.
Don't touch the other hands. Let that ship go together.
I'll grab. Hold my hand out.
I hold her hand. I reach out to Yim. Oh God.
Yim.
You coming?
Yeah, shit.
He's just eating mushrooms in the corner.
Like, I can imagine him just spacing out, just looking.
Oh my God. Yim? Huh?
Like, I'm still thinking about the giant cow that we left out there. And, like, if we're talking about rats and ghosts, what about that thing?
Oh my God.
These are the things that keep me up at night.
Well, you
Should've
might
sent
find an
your
answer in the
friends through
orb.
first.
So, like, we're actually going in that thing.
Seems like it might be safe.
That's what you guys said about teleporting, and then I find out we're ripped apart and put back together?
Oh, that's... maybe.
So you can understand my, hesitation.
In our defense, you've done it many times before. What difference does a new one make?
True.
I've
been fine every time before.
I've done worse with that same logic, so... Okay.
Oh
Takes a handful of mushrooms.
my. Do you just grab from the bag?
I sift through.
You have to explain these things to me, Matt. It's like there are rules here. This isn't Nom.
The perfect time to
Just take a death
accidentally turn
mushroom.
yourself into a death mushroom creature.
Yeah, yes. You take the shrooms, you grab the hand. Hal, you get pulled in. I'm assuming you're walking first. Howard follows suit, and you guys walk through. It's at this point you get engulfed into this darkness, and it's almost claustrophobic how pure dark it is. You can't even see your hands in front of you, and eventually you just see just a tiny light on the horizon, and it starts growing bigger, bigger, and bigger to an almost blinding, like it covers all of you, and you're able to see yourselves again, but it feels as if you're floating, even though you're on solid ground. Yimmer, this is like a Tuesday for you. You're muted. Or were you?
I may have been.
Because all I saw was this and some sort of
Zimmer
a.
is just centered.
it's at this point he finds his center. Yeah. It's only in the mysterious black orb that he actually becomes a human. Oh. Sorry, dwarf, but you know what I mean. You look around and you're trying to see Roneth, but you just see a tiny little speck off in the distance. This place is endless, almost feels like.
I'll call out for Arcalis.
As soon as you do, you hear the echoes of just like an endless chasm coming and reverberating back at you. And it's at that point, all of you just get pulled forward, or it feels like it's being pulled forward. You feel the force of whatever it is just being pressed against you as if you are being thrown through air, but you're still feet on the ground, and just eventually you see this tiny speck land straight in front of you, and it is Arcalis. And he's having a conversation with a very familiar female orcish form, just a hood over, and he's looking down. Almost forgot my prop. Why is it that you brought me here? Why is it that you sent me to that place? She looks at him, and even at this point, he stands tall over her, and she is small. Like, she basically puts herself down to almost like just under your height, Halsterion.
Oh, under. Okay.
Yeah. Under your height. Darling, you were destined for the hells. I plucked you from them, and I threw you here. And he just looks at her. But why? Because the man who did this to you is also my enemy. He subverted his fate, and I need him to come to justice for that. What does it have to do with me? You are the key to getting to him. You and your wife. And at that point, he looks down. I don't have a wife. I don't know who I am. She looks up at him. It is a pity that you don't have that. It is a real pity. I wish I could change that. I deal with matters of fate, not of memory. And she looks over to all of you. Halsterion, it's about time that you've come and found me.
I did feel a draw. It was just a little. Well, I was a bit unnerved considering your cautionary tale to avoid teleportation.
It wasn't a cautionary tale to tell you about teleportation. It was telling you that you are being hunted, you are being watched. Yes, this, in between planes, is where I preside. But the only way to get to me is to jump between planes. Or to jump between separate spots.
So he is not necessarily in danger teleporting, but it's the only time he can directly be interacted with by you.
And him. I've been able to protect you. I've been able to protect all of you. And looks to Roneth. And you as well. Those orbs that you've dealt with, I know you've dealt with them before. Because that's where I first met you.
Right. They are doorways to this between planes?
There are doorways to each other.
To each other? Hmm. So you then pulled all of us out of the moving toward essentially this orb, taking us to the one in the encampment that was, I assume, in the encampment.
There are many more that have been activated. More than you know.
That was going to be my next question.
They follow the energy of the earth that's underneath you.
The ley lines, yes. That makes sense.
But what do they need all these orbs, all these ley lines connected for? What are they trying to do?
That I don't know. I try and manipulate events to favor things, but the more I manipulate, the greater the danger of the world. It's hard to explain.
No, and it makes sense enough. You can only alter things without. You can only alter things so much without inviting disaster. You can never predict how something altered will change everything else. Not to the fullest extent.
All I can do is present the choice. That's all I can do. She looks over to Arcalis. Child, follow these ones. They will give you the answers that you seek. They may not have them at the moment, but follow them. Every one of your destinies are tied to one another. Arcalis just standing there silent. But at this point, it's not an intense stare. It's more of just an absolute quizzical look. Looks at you guys.
Blaine's picking her nose.
Then what's the next move?
What?
We have to figure out why connect the ley lines.
Who made these orbs?
NC. NC and everyone he's with, Crom.
Crumb, like jazz.
I know, I'm like, what? It wasn't.
Oh my god, he's the Lord of Scatting.
Oh my no!
The Scat Man returns.
Oh my gosh.
Defeat him with Skibbity Toilet.
We should see what Jarok can help us with on this information.
I mean, he's clearly killable. We just need to figure out how. Or at least take all his power away, strip that away from him.
Can you tell us what the fate was that he subverted?
His death.
So he was supposed to die.
And his tether is no longer tied to me. I want it back.
The tether of his fate itself?
I have to imagine that's disrupting the weave somehow.
It has to be. And that's gotta be powerful magic to manage something like that. Does it consume? Maybe it's not a single thing. Maybe it's not a single instance of magic necessary to do that. It might be necessary to keep it up. Is he pulling magic from other planes to keep it powered?
At this point, she just looks. That I don't know.
Trina said that he had conquered more than one plane. If he's reaching out and pulling the energy from other worlds and other planes just to keep you from being able to reconnect to him, biding his time until he is stronger than you, or you are weaker than him.
That seems like it's very likely his plan. Do you know if he's affected your sisters at all?
I haven't talked to my sisters in a very, very long time. They keep to their own realms as much as I keep to mine. Mind you, I'm more secluded amongst the other pantheons. And if they tried to influence me in one way or another, it wouldn't end well for either one of us. It's why I prefer solidarity.
I wonder, though, if either one of them has been compromised. If that is also part of his plan.
If one of my sisters had been compromised, I would have been affected.
I see.
We're all connected. As much as we're apart, we're all connected. If one of us starts changing, we all know. I don't think the other pantheons are aware of what is going on.
Hmm.
At this point, I want my tether back. I want him to be able to die. I want him to succumb to the fate that he was destined to.
Well, I think all of us are certainly ready to help in however we can. If there's any weaknesses he has, we should certainly find them first.
I also need to finish deciphering this cipher. I believe it is how we will get to the plane. Or at least something we will need against him. I'm not sure yet. It's hard to tell.
I can't make you choose. The choice is all up to you.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to make us choose anything. I don't think there's much choice to it. Well, I mean, technically there is, but from our point of view, Halsterion is family. If this asshole is fucking with Halsterion, then he's fucking with us. And I think a lot of us have lost family before, and we don't plan on letting that happen again. Not if we can do anything about it. So if we can help, you'll have our help, whether you like it or not. I don't think you really care either way, though. Seeing as that seems to be what you're about, is people choosing themselves.
She looks up, nods, in a bit of a thankful agreeance. It might be best if you found out more information.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that.
It seems you have a lot of different things in your possession that would help you with that.
I'm not really sure how gods work versus mortals. We Are you able to know when we find out more information or accomplish anything? Is there a reason for us to worry about reporting information to you, or?
Whenever you teleport, we will have a chat.
Noted. I can make that happen whenever we need.
Remember, I am in the planes between planes, and now that you are all connected to me, it'd be a lot easier for you to have a conversation.
And we're not dragging too much power away from you each time we do that, are we? All right, then. Let's go find some information, shall we? Arcalis?
He looks He looks down and he's waiting for y'all to make the next move. He looks like he's very intent and just at this point following.
Anyone else have any other questions? So how do we get out of here?
She looks up. She does a little cock smile. At that point, you all walk through the other side of the orb.
Well, that's pretty easy. Yeah, that answers that. All right, cool.
What's well, we were someone. What was that?
Is it the same room?
It's the same room.
All right.
It visibly looks like it's the same room.
Was that the Fate Weaver?
It was.
Sure sounded like it.
So we met a god.
Yeah, that was real interesting.
And we did not eat a mushroom. Right?
How
Nope.
much of this drink have we had?
How much of the drink have you? Don't ask me.
There's no more drink. That is the answer.
He's drunk hers and Rana's.
Which at that
Yeah,
point,
no, I want
Arcalis
this for you,
looks
but-
at all of you. So where are we going?
Oh boy.
Back to Unver.
One of Spleen's favorite places, the library.
Yeah.
Ow! I'm wounded. I can't go. Oh no! My ankle. She just like falls to the ground on her knees. No. You'll have to leave me behind.
Dragging her into the library is like dragging what was it, like the Khajiit just into jail. It's like Khajiit did nothing wrong.
Oh.
Spleen, I know it's a bit of a sidetrack, but I'd hate to not ask and not know how you feel. If your newfound family is in danger from spectral beings that only one of them potentially can face, do you want to at least go look around real quick first?
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually.
If it's only a few of them, we can probably help them with that and then be on our way.
Yeah.
If it's more than that, we can help them figure out a solution.
Yeah, I'd like that.
All right. How tired is
Those-
everyone?
Tired.
I'm very tired.
Maybe let's call it a night. Sorry, Alkylas. I know you don't have to sleep, but call it a night. Talk with the rats. See what we can find out about the ghosts, and see if we can take care of it for them tomorrow. Best case scenario, it's a quick in and out. We can take care of it real quick, fast, in a hurry for them, and be on our way same day. Worst case, we'll play it by ear.
And for all we know, they may know of a library we can access here.
There
They
is the library here
likely-
at the Citadel.
Yes, that's right. We didn't really go too deep into that after looking for Arcalis. I'd like to check here first, then.
How,
See if there's anything about planes being dominated, I guess.
yeah. Or siphoned.
Siphoned. That is a better question.
Noted. We'll go get some rest. And set out tomorrow.
Right on. At that point, Arcalis just he looks and just says, "You know where I'll be. If you leave me behind, I will hunt you all."
Oh, you don't have to worry about that.
No, we just found you. Why would we just freaking leave you? My God,
Don't you remember our first interaction? We kept hounding you.
Bye! You walk away from us, Poopy. Oh my God, he gets on my nerves.
Oh, well, we should follow him, actually. We're all going the same direction.
Oh yeah. Splain is gonna like run like a little jog past him, and then just like slow down to be at also a walk. Like, yeah, I was in front of you.
He hates us so much.
He's going to hate this.
He doesn't give you any response.
I know, and it makes me mad, and I'm gonna keep going at it.
You are those kind of people.
You know what they say? If you got what was it in Ted Lasso? If you got a crunchy cookie or a hard cookie, you gotta dip in milk.
You gotta dip it in milk.
Yeah, dip it in milk.
Oh my God. You know, here's the thing. I was planning on throwing a Roy Kent impression at you guys one of these games. I just keep forgetting to do it. Now that now that I've actually introduced the show to you guys, I'm like, it kind of ruins the fun, but it also just...
It was exactly what came to mind when you were just like...
Arcalis is Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Is Roy. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
Why is it so hard to love you? Wait, sorry. Fuck! Fucking hell. Anyway, so you guys end up having a night's rest. I mean, gain spell slots, do whatever the long rest does. You wake up in the morning. The sun is starting to shine through the sky. It's a very brisk morning, but that's okay. It's nothing new for you folk. That being said, so what's the game plan? So the nerds doing nerd stuff, and then
investigating ghosts.
Investigating ghosts. So at this point, like, you would be having breakfast with the rest of the Goblin encampment. So a lot of people are gathering around a couple of deer carcasses that have just been they've been dressed, and all the meat's been taken off. It's a lot of things basically stewed at this point. And it's just one giant communal stew that's been kind of left watched over throughout the night. So a bunch of the goblins come up and take their portion. There's an older goblin man with just like a giant ladle, just going, just kind of drops like a portion in, just just a little one. Yeah. And you see the two little goblin kids coming up. Oh, look at you guys are so cute today. And he just went there and just like, oh, shh, and just pours a little bit more into there. And so Krola comes up beside you all as you're eating. So, what's your plan today? What are you guys gonna do?
Well, we need to do some more research, so we should at least stop by the library again. But we were also concerned with these
I want to figure out what those
see-through folks.
yeah.
Yep.
That excuse me. Shit. Oof, oof. The ghosts, whatever's out there that attacked them.
You were saying something about magic?
I mean, I was just asking if they tried magic, because from my experience is that there are some things out there that just whacking it with just regular, I guess, not magic stuff just doesn't do it.
Silver works, though. He taps his help.
So you're saying that there are ways of dealing with these things?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, it depends how many there are, of course.
Like
but...
when like when we fought those elementals and stuff. Like they got hurt from like weapons, but it didn't seem like it was doing much compared to like their shit
blasting.
pointing at her. Yeah.
Fire good.
So
I mean,
I do have.
Is there a way
this
for
here.
you guys to teach us this? Or maybe fish?
Me?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't.
Like, if we can have our weapons be able to do something against them, then we could be able to handle ourselves.
Well, be you.
Well, it's like, here's the thing. Are you guys going to be staying here?
At least for today. We're not 100%. I mean, that Citadel's got a lot of books, so what we need to do right now is research.
All right. Well, let us know what you find. But I mean, if these ghosts are going to be a problem, then that means you have to stay here. There could be more. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We have to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
You have access to any silver ore. There might be some just left over in the city somewhere.
And he
I
knows how to
unfortunately
smith.
don't know. I don't know how to do any of that. I don't think any of us do.
B, how hard do you think it would be to teach some of them how to do smithing work?
It's something we could do. It would take some time to develop the skill, but we could set up a smith. Forge. Get the basics going, the rudimentary things.
It's certainly a start.
Mm-hmm.
It could perhaps teach some folks a cantrip or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Might be easier for you to do it.
Cantrip or 7.
Halsterion and I can definitely
we're going
do that.
into a montage. But yeah, so so I mean, that would be fantastic and would give us something a little more to do. We know how to hunt, we know how to tan. Our weapons are kind of shoddy.
Let's make you some new weapons.
Mm-hmm. We'll start with that. We'll see if anyone has some aptitude for magic. There's different kinds. Some like me learn. Some like Halsterion just have a connection. There's different kinds of connections, but we'll see who is up for it.
A connection, a gift, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Swish can probably help some too.
Once we tell her the ins and outs of exactly what we're trying to accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
add some valuable insight.
All right. So then, what do? How split?
Oh, I don't even.
Well-
I don't know.
Let's if Hal and I go get some books from the library, can you three go scout out the ghosts and see what it looks like? Don't necessarily take it on by yourselves if you don't feel like it's safe to do. And starts with C. We've been saying it all night. God damn it.
Citadel?
No. Prologue.
Who?
Chrysanthemums.
Prologue. Prologue, can you talk to Fish and any other goblins that you feel right, and see who is up for learning what? Magic, smithing, anything.
Some magics do have explosions that may seal the deal for some of them.
That's true.
I can go around and ask. We'll see what's going on. Don't you go and hunt those things without us. Or let us fight our battles, because I know you guys are not going to stay.
Understood.
All right, so then, enjoy the meal.
Thank you.
And he gets up and walks away.
Then we have a plan.
Okay, so, whoever wants to head the group, each one of the groups roll a d20. Don't everybody roll at once.
The library has an 18.
The library.
Work. Natural 20.
So then, what exactly are you guys? Okay, so scouting party's going first. So then, you guys going to talk to Fish first, or?
Yeah, see if there's any knowledge on the ghosts, if they've run into them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Spleen, Yimmer, and Beatrice, you all run. You all go to Fish's. I would say hovel, but it's not really that. It's more or less just a really well encroached church. And you walk in, and she's here there, and she's kind of doing some sort of a morning ritual, kind of like spreading bones out and then tracing them out, almost in a trance. And she hears you come in. Ah, there you are. And she's just like, daughter, there you are. What do you guys want today?
So Hold on, I got a burp. Oh God! Oh, please give me a break. So, we do plan on leaving, and we got some things we need to do. But didn't want to leave without bringing up something. Those see-through fighters things that the huntresses ran into, the ghosts, I think, and the whole idea of possibly magic helping, and you're the only one that knows magic here. Sorry, it's been a long day. We wanted to know if there's any way that you can help the others maybe find magic within themselves.
I could possibly do that. I I don't. I only really deal with nature. But you're telling me these things could be hurt with magic?
I think so. I mean, I haven't ran into them, but if throwing rocks and whacking them and shooting arrows is not doing anything, then maybe magic will do it.
I mean, yeah, I am the only one who could do things like this. I don't have an apprentice under me. I need to find one. We just haven't set ourselves up, thoroughly just yet. But yeah, that would be really nice to help. We've never encountered a lot of things like this before, so we don't know.
Well, then I think Krula should be your next choice for an apprentice, then.
It seems much more physically capable than a little stubborn. If I had to say, probably wouldn't listen too well with the instructions I'd have to give. It's a lot of thinking and patience. He's not like that. I wouldn't think anything like that. There's a little one. I've been keeping my eye on. The birds have been signaling to me that she might be one with a gift.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a start. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a start. I we're trying to set ourselves up here.
We're gonna try and get a smith forge made. And that way you can upgrade your weapons. And if they can't use magic, then at least they have upgraded weapons that will essentially do the same as magic.
We also would like new weapons as well. Those would be, if maybe teach us a little bit.
We'll do what we can.
Okay.
You've been good to us, we'll be good to you.
We need to learn to defend ourselves. We've always been reliant on the big people, and we need to do this. And we appreciate your you helping us, but we need to do these things on our own. So any help would be great, but our fights are our fights. If we're going to be staying here, these things are going to stay, we need to know how to defend ourselves.
Yeah. I respect that.
This is our spot. This is ours. We found this. We're not letting this go.
Damn right.
All right. Well, that's the case. I'll go fetch the little lady. I'll have a chat with her and see what's and see if she's interested or if the gifts naturally take to her. If you find things that could help us, please let us know, or at least Krola. He probably seems to be more interested in sharp and shiny objects.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah. And she's just like, she's kind of reaching out for you, splaying a little bit, and it's like she grabs your hands. There you are. There you go. Okay, off you go. I would like for you guys to roll an investigation check for me, please, because you're looking for a smith, a smithy, and because you're in the platinum ward, Yimmer, you would have an advantage on this because you've been here before. It's just, I'm watching your face. You're so like, oh.
Well, one of the two was a 1.
Oh.
The other one, what was this investigation?
Yes.
21.
Nice. Beatrice?
9.
And Speen.
Ooh. Hold on, what's that? That is a 6.
Cool. Yimmer, like a bloodhound, you're just like, oh, I know where Smiths are.
I stumbled around there once or twice.
What? You've actually hidden a few good caches of shiny objects.
God, about those things we had to leave so quickly. I wonder if they're still there.
Yeah, exactly. And so you head straight to a forge that you knew was basically kind of just not left alone, but it was once pilfered, and then you realized that nobody was coming out this way, so you just hid stuff here. And so you see this beautiful, like, white stoned, white bricked building that kind of blends into a lot of the other buildings. They kind of been built in one, or it was forcibly carved out, and then just everything was shaped to it. But inside Beatrice, you see what looks to be this gorgeous area of like just a central iron anvil. That's the word I'm looking for. Central anvil that's been basically not bolted into place, but the stone's been shaped in and around it to hold it straight up. And it's this beautiful pillar that blends down into the floor, and you have all like a large amount of space around you. In the back, you see a forge that it has been left, but it still looks like as if a lot of the major coals that have been used to heat this thing are still there. You gather a look around, and it seems like a lot of the major tools are like a lot of the major tools are still here. This place hasn't been touched whatsoever. And at this point, Yimmer is like, oh yes, I remember this place. And you kind of just pilfer back into the back rooms, and you see in like one of like a closet that's just been left with a bunch of garbage on top. You just throw the garbage away, and you see a bunch of like silvered like medallions and trinkets and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why I just put the silver here. Bit odd at the time, but I don't know.
There are a bunch of different things in there too, but I'm specifically showing the silver things for quote unquote mission purposes.
Oh, I thought that was like my recycling error when I was separating all of the different metals. I got really bored out here, okay? Anyways, yeah, silver, that's what we need, is that right?
Yeah, silver will be good for magic. needs. It'll help with the spooky things, the supernatural.
Cool. I'm not really much of a smithy kind of guy. But we got the silver at least. So, yeah. What else is there that I pocket?
We will have this conversation later. I need to progress this.
So yeah, we have all this silver. I don't know if they just want to throw it at him, or if we're actually going like forge.
No, we'll probably have to melt it down. But maybe we'll bring some people in so we can get the forge going. Show them how to start the forge. Show them how to melt the things. So we'll wait a little bit. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, library crew. So, what's the plan? What are you specifically looking for? What are the logistics of of things?
Chicken soup for the interplanar demon.
Please tell me that's in the fiction section. Yes. Basic magical books for any type of mage doesn't really matter. Like Magic 101 kind of things.
Cool.
Intro level stuff. Anything on theoretical magics, especially about large scale applicable theoretical magics.
Those are too big of words for me right now.
Things that could use large quantities of energy, or large enough quantities of energy that one singular person would not be able to power it by themselves. Talk of things like that, or it was just in my brain. Discussions around, well, not necessarily discussions, but books relating to the topic of bending fate to their own will.
Okay. Roll investigation checks.
Right here. Pip pip. Dilly Wally.
Oh god.
Big fluff.
It's a nice fat 5 for me.
Fucking 8.
Ooh-wee. It'll take you a while, but you guys really don't find a lot, or whatever you do really is in terrible shape. And also, a lot of the stuff that you were looking at there is also like it's almost like a couple hundred years old. So a lot of the stuff that you're reading in there is like, for a lot of the theoretical stuff, it's a lot of things that you've already learned and expanded upon.
Outdated.
Yep. But there's also some books on learning like how, like, the basics of understanding arcane stuff.
I will at least take some of those and or any of the ones that are a little out of date, add
Yeah.
notes to them or edit sections here and there.
Yeah.
Quickly to make them a little bit more easier and up to date for beginners.
Yeah. Okay. So you started doing that. Steve, yours was what was yours
The-
specifically for?
It was more in terms of using planes, siphoning power from multiple planes
Hmm.
to maybe perhaps get a change of fate or other uses for that source of power.
Yeah. You find that teleportation takes a lot of power. Yeah, like it takes a lot of power to teleport a person, very much so, which is why it's like it taxes the body a heck of a lot for people to do it multiple times in a day. Um, for anything that is large, you need a large amount of power. But that also means it could. There really hasn't been a lot of testing on how much can be processed through normal teleportation means. But sometimes when you set up, like, so how am I going to put this? I'm already in a, my brain's already in a bad spot, and like, how does one explain? How do, um, if you're able to draw power from the land, that will help you increase the amount of stuff that can be thrown through, or the power of the thing to be chucked through. So you could have like a higher density magical item be able to be teleported through without having it chances of breaking or distorting anything and sending you off course and whatnot. So, like, again, for a person using a teleportation spell, generally the power of the body and the mind is more than enough to send anybody, as long as with their people with magical items on them, without causing any issues. It's when you start dealing with scale is when this starts becoming an issue. And so setting up places that you can teleport in between each other, especially on places that are on siphoning spots on the earth, means that really you're looking at mass. You're looking at a scale thing. How much how man. My mind's going a mile a minute, and my mouth is going like 5 megabits. I love doing this shit, but right now my mind is not letting me. Ultimately, Halsterion, the conclusion that you'd be coming from this is what is, it's more or less what is being put through this. Not why is it being siphoned, but what's getting siphoned for. Because you've already seen two orbs.
Right.
And she's mentioned that they land on points of heavy heavy power within the Earth itself. So that means that if there's more and you can connect with them both ways, what does that mean? But
I think I short circuited. Can you say that again? Maybe in a different
nope,
way.
no more. I'm trying my best to like poise the questions and
Yeah.
um a point of teleportation takes power from the body. A body's be able to rejuvenate and whatnot. Earth is theoretically can do the same. It's able to generate its own points of intersected powers on intersections on the Earth itself. Thus is what creates the ley lines, is the fact that it's just a natural way of the Earth refeeding itself and rebalancing itself in a very mystical way that is only really explored through the druidic circles themselves. So it takes a lot of energy to move one thing from one place to another. If you want to move a lot of things from one place to another, you need a lot more power. Now, it's not the answer. It's not the question. Is what is the scale? How large does it need to be?
Hmm.
Or what is so large that it requires that much power?
Right. Okay. I dislike the implication that it's possible to teleport an entire planet. Hmm.
Don't see why it wouldn't be possible theoretically.
Yes, that's what I don't like.
Yeah, I could see that.
Otherwise, vast armies are certainly an option.
Or entire
Teleporting
swaths
an
of
entire
land.
army at once. What's that? Sorry?
Or entire swaths of land. The people and creatures in said land included. Maybe not the whole planet, but chunks at a time.
I'd certainly have seen some ramifications if it was chunks at a time.
If it had been started yet. It may just still be gathering power for now.
Hmm.
But it's very possible either one. Maybe feeding people one at a time was a test.
That would make sense.
Feed a
That does
person in,
seem...
see how far they can get them to another portal, how easily, how many they can do before it needs time to recharge. I can only teleport so many people so quickly, or I need to rest for the day. Let's just say the planet or any of these ley lines are not the same.
Yes, and the power that it draws would certainly be refilled, as it were, by the body of the planet after a while.
How long does it take to recharge? The fact that they're still going means they probably haven't reached the scale they need. I'm wondering if Crom subverted his fate somehow, but in doing so got himself stuck between planes.
Oh.
And if he's trying to escape that.
But then how would he be in control of these, well, the entire cult, the White Hand?
That's true. Followers, maybe?
The sycophants, more like.
Yeah. He wants to say they don't just take over if he's out of their way.
With the power that he seems to have accumulated from other planes, being a patron to Lord Baltrus, certainly.
That's something that's been bothering me too. If he needs power to move something, why would he be feeding his own power to others? What is the goal in that? It's been bugging me for quite some time, actually.
Indeed.
He has enough power for your grandfather to have lived for a very long time.
I mean, in perspective, elves do that naturally, so he
That's true.
likely just found a way to siphon that bit off of perhaps just one other creature, perhaps even elf.
But why be willing to give it to someone else? Maybe that's how. Maybe he is stuck between the planes, but he has enough power to lend to others, to get them to do his bidding. He offers them power in return for them doing what he wants. The more successful things they do, the more power he'll let them have, but in doing what he wants, he's gaining more power in turn.
Well, if we're being honest, that is how the majority of warlock agreements tend to be.
Exactly. Create a loop.
Well,
We need to know. We need to find out how he was supposed to die. And
really the moments around that particular event, our best source for that is going to be Petrina.
yeah.
Or if we can somehow manage to find him, Callus.
Yeah. I would really like to be able to find him. Where would we even start?
In the meantime, though, we do have Petrina. And at this point, what's it hurt to just ask? And
Exactly.
he opens his book and starts writing to Baltrus. Could you please ask Petrina if she saw any moment that felt as though Crom was supposed to die when he was taking over her dread plane?
You wait a couple minutes. Eventually, you get an answer back. There are many moments in battles that he could have died, but should have.
Oh, very well. Thank you for your insight.
All right. So what are you guys doing then?
For the moment, let's keep thinking on it, Hal, but let's take these books and go see if we can find any goblins who are interested and capable.
Of both magic and reading. Although there are some charts we can essentially explain to them without having the need to read.
True.
And so you guys move forward with you guys move forward. And for the sake of timing, for the montage moment, basically, Beatrice, you find a bunch of well-able-bodied goblins that are more than willing to learn the smithing. You light the forge. You guys light the forge. You melt the silver and you start etching some of the weapons, like the more sturdy weapons that they have, with slots and stuff. So that way, the silver actually imbues into the weapon itself. You would have no problem doing that, and so you now have given the goblins a silver weaponry that has this slight blue hue to it. It looks rather gorgeous and beautiful. Spleen, you spend the afternoon with Sfish, and she pulls out one of the little girls, the goblins. And Sfish does a couple like little quick tests, and the girl reacts, and Sfish is noting left and right, and you're having a hard time determining whether or not that's a good sign or if that's a good sign or thing. And she comes to you and is like, "This is a good sign. She's got the gift too."
How can you tell?
Can you tell? The spirits are talking to me, and I mean, she also did the same thing I did.
Oh. Oh.
And so, you do that. Howard, Halsterion, you spend a little bit of time trying to find goblins that are somewhat educated, and unfortunately, you don't. The use of letters is not a thing that they have at this moment.
Are there any that show any capable of learning visually?
You, as soon as you realize that, you change up the curriculum to try and see if somebody will take to it, and you notice that there's one particular goblin that does.
So, to teach them in order to teach the others.
Mm-hmm.
And that would take a long time.
Yeah, I'll use Major Image and ourselves and whatnot to try and at least teach them some basic stuff visually.
Yeah. Okay.
That's quite a good idea.
And so you spend the afternoon doing that. Krolaw and a bunch of the other hunters and huntresses are now gotten weapons and that are upgraded. And you start noticing that they're adding their own little decals to the weapons as well, reinforcing with leather straps and leather wraps and sticks, some bones, some like semi-decorative feathers that are like that have been plucked and are now hanging down. They're making it their own. And so you teach and some of the smiths that you taught, and you tell them what to look for in terms of ore and whatnot. And so it's at this point it's a start. It's a good start. So at that point, the evening comes by. You guys going back to Unver?
I'm willing to stay a little bit longer. We've got a couple of days. It's somewhat safe to travel by a teleport.
Okay. So then you guys spend the next couple days, let's say you guys push it to pretty much like the day before Bryony's wedding. And so you spend a lot of time just teaching like Beatrice I don't know if Spleen you're gonna be with Beatrice or not, or you're gonna be with Sfish.
I gotta be with Beatrice.
Okay. I mean, you're with Beatrice, helping her and whatnot. Fish also wants your attention as well and takes you away.
Ladies, what time? Oh, yeah.
So,
Muted.
But Spleen, you're popular.
I
am I
know.
muted? No.
No,
I
no,
was muted.
B
Sorry.
was.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Twas me.
Fish starts teaching the girl a little bit more stuff. It's still very basic and rudimentary things, but she comes to you. Do you still have that medallion I gave you?
Ah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And she just like she sprinkles a little bit of dust on it and just and you see one of the like the markings in there start to light up just a little bit. When you feel their call, they'll come and help you.
What? Wait, what? Wait. Wait, how do I know what to feel?
Oh, you already know what to feel.
Okay. Really bad indigestion.
Outside of game, you so what is it the item that you have that I'd told you to write
Yep.
as this medallion?
Hold on. Scroll into. So it's vicious, it's vicious shamanic ward. All of that was there was little polished and engraved bone.
Yep.
From which the bone came from is unknown.
It's now been upgraded to a totem.
Whoa, wait.
Yep.
A totem?
Which, whenever you rage, you now have +1 to your AC.
Oh, yo!
Mm.
Oh my god! Why would you do that to yourself, DT?
That just means I get to throw larger monsters at you. All.
True.
That
Oh
means
my
I get to be a
God.
little more ruthless. And,
Yeah. Okay. So now, wait. So now I need to add in.
and
No.
come on, wouldn't the goblin shaman not want to protect their people?
Mhm.
Yeah. When reading. Yeah. Oh gosh. I got grandma totem. Let's go. I don't even know what her totem animals were. What? Whoa. Yo. Totem goblins, totem ladies, let's go. And there's gonna be a little mini one too. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm just imagining your faces like this right now. She's like, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I keep
All
like
right.
stopping to type and then going back.
All right. So Juju, you find one person who's you find the one person who is a little more adept than the rest, but it's still a very difficult process. At this point to teach somebody something like this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's one of those you might need to come back and just specifically tutor this person for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
whether or not it's worth the venture, that's up to you. But you're setting the seeds of knowledge and learning.
Yeah.
Whether it'll bloom is up to that person.
I'll at least spend a little time before we leave teaching him the basics to get him started towards learning like prestidigitation or firebolt or any basic cantrips. Something to give him the capability to practice while I'm not around.
Mhm.
Whether or not he becomes capable of using the magic, I don't know. And if I have chance, I'll come back and teach him more.
All right. So with that,
Or offload him to Elris.
Yes. Elris, we have
you
another
send the
stop
golden
for you.
retriever into the middle of a pack of those guys.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right. But with that, you do that, and then you all say your goodbyes. You gather Arcalis, and you shoot off to Anver.
Mm-hmm.
You spend the night. Back at I would believe at Lord Baltrus's place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guild hall. I'm not too sure, but let's say Lord Baltrus's place, because at that point you want to you probably want to suit up because the next day is going to be the wedding.
Yep.
Woo!
So with
Yep.
that, we're going to call it there.
Yeah.
That means I got a lot of work I got a lot of work to do.
Fuck, we got a wedding.
Yep.
All right. So thank you D&D Beyond for sponsoring us, and FX May Vary. Please check out our shows, Melody of the Maelstrom, and what's the name of the new one?
Abomination Alley.
Get it.
Abomination Nation Stations. Melody is every other Monday on Mondays, and Abomination Alley is on Tuesdays, run by our GM Jason. I am the bard with no name. I want to say I love you all. Check out our Patreon, check out our Discord, check out our merch. And with that, let's see who we can stream. Raid. Dummies and Dice Rolls.
Yeah, that's
Do
what
it
I
up.
was seeing.
Cool.
Got it.
Let's do that up. So at that point, get that going. I love y'all. We will see you guys next week, and do you dare to imagine?
Yeah.